Hey guys, what's going on? It's Russell again. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe if you want to get more information about different stock alert services that I review. I look at option services, I look at courses, and today I want to talk about Microcap Millionaires, which is a fairly well known, not super well known, but fairly well known, basically stock picking service by a guy called Matt Morris. So I've known about this for probably 5 to 10 years now, and I tried it out back in the day, and I'm trying it out again recently. And kind of mixed at the moment, mixed feelings on it. So I'll just kind of go through my review, which I'll leave a link to in the description below, and kind of give you an introduction to what this is and see if it's something that you might be interested in buying. So let's get started. So Matt Morris, Microcap Millionaires, is a simple service. Basically, he sends out texts and emails saying what penny stocks he's looking at buying and what prices and things. So nothing too exciting or different about it really than the vast majority of these other services. It does focus on microcap stocks, so like the name would basically suggest that it's a microcap trading service. So really anything under $10 a share is basically fair game for this. The whole idea here is that anybody that trades these smaller cap stocks is that they can move massively with very little volume compared to the large cap stocks. So you can really double or triple your account very quickly if you get lucky and you do it right. So there are real risks obviously, but they're manageable. So anybody that does this style of trading will know fine well that these things can move up really fast and they can move down really fast, and it can be quite a ride. So Matt Morris is somebody that I've never really been able to figure that much about. So you do a search for him, some of this stuff comes up, but he's not like a super well-known guy. He seems to be younger from the sound of his voice, because I found some podcasts which are in this article that I wrote as well. So you can go and check them out. They're usually on the older side, so a few years old. This one was 2019. And that's what I'm kind of finding in general, is this stuff is kind of old. So I'll show you a bit more of that, in a little bit. But some of this stuff is 10 years old. So, and he hasn't updated it on his website and things. It's kind of weird. Maybe he's kind of not really doing so much these days. I don't know. So we're given the impression that Matt Morris is a millionaire stock trader, but there's no evidence really anywhere to suggest that. He just gives you that impression from his marketing and things. The thing I did find out is apparently he was working tinting car windows, and apparently the story goes that he heard a radio show about trading stocks while he was doing his window tinting stuff, and he switched to trading and has never looked back since. So what I found is that a lot of people like his stock trades, his picks. I don't know, like over the years they don't seem to be as strong to me now as they were like 5 years ago. And I'll show you some results in a few minutes. But the cool thing is that this service, Microcap Millionaires, is offered on ClickBank. So if you don't know what ClickBank is, it's basically, I'll show you. A lot of people don't know what this is, but you'll probably do when you see it, clickbank.net. So clickbank.net is a umbrella type thing where you can go and buy so many different subscription programs from stock trading to weight loss, all this kind of stuff. The cool thing is they govern who's on the platform. So if you're a merchant on ClickBank, you have to follow their rules. And one of their rules is they don't tolerate scammers, and they insist upon a 60-day money-back guarantee when you're selling through their platform. So the advantage for merchants is that they get exposure. They basically are on this bigger platform, and you can search on the platform for stock trading picks or whatever, and up comes Matt Morris and his Microcap Millionaires. Anyway, my point here is that ClickBank's a good platform for buying stock picking services from, because it makes it very difficult for them to scam you in any way. So for example, this one has a 60-day money back guarantee as well. So it does de-risk things, and also makes me more confident about people that are selling on ClickBank compared to other platforms, if that makes sense. So Matt has been trading for over a decade. I've known of him for probably about a decade. There are plenty of rumors, well, not rumors, there are plenty of accounts that he's actually a really good trader and some of his picks work really well. And I've talked to a few people over the years that have stayed subscribers to this guy's newsletter for years. So he doesn't take on lots of positions, usually 3 to 5, diversifying his account 20% each. He has a variety of different strategies, which I'll briefly cover, and then I'll show you the dashboard area. So this is one that I first came across when I wrote this article, and it's totally oversimplified, but he calls it the Billionaire Tell. It's basically when something like Oprah Winfrey comes in and takes over a company or becomes a spokesperson or whatever, is kind of this example, and it causes a massive increase in the stock price over time. So nothing revolutionary, but he does focus on that as one of his tells. You can see the tell candle that shows when Oprah started to get involved, right? Nothing too amazing about that strategy though, right? It's just something you watch the news for or whatever. So these days he is focusing on oversold stocks and reverse mergers, bottom bouncers, that kind of thing. So let me see. What you get with this service is very similar to most services. You get text messages and email alerts when he buys or sells that cover like a little bit of due diligence with the pick. So absolutely nothing revolutionary there. You get a membership area, which unfortunately is kind of outdated, so I'll show you that in a second. Let's see, anything else? Okay, so let's go over to the membership area. So here it is here, Microcap Millionaires membership area. So you can see on the left here this menu of different stuff. He has 3 or 4 main strategies. Here's one, so the 52-week low strategy. The buyout sniffer strategy, event anticipation strategy, and that is the core of his trading. So those are his main strategies. When you click on the arrows here, so if we click on buyout sniffer, you get taken to an older video, which is kind of weirdly formatted, that goes into the whole strategy in detail, so you can learn like what he's actually doing. I have to admit, this website does have an aged feel to it. Like the fact that you have these tiny little embedded videos that you think you might be able to make it so that it takes up a bit bigger area, so you can see things a bit more clearly. Details like that don't normally bother me, but in this dashboard is kind of annoying me a little bit. So anyway, let's go through some of the things. So stock picks, email update, archive. So I am going to randomly scroll down here. I don't want to give away too much of his proprietary stuff, right? So I'll just pick something at random here, try and find something a little bit ago, just so that it's out, you know, so it's not current knowledge, current like advice or whatever. January 14th, stuff, let's see. Alright, so this is an example of what you get in your email. It's in the dashboard here, and I think you also get a link to it in the text message as well. So you'll give some basic overview of what's going on. So I'm now focusing on the MJ sector again. I bought shares and I'm issuing a buy alert on OGRMF. So this is his alert. Buy alert, the ticker. Strategy is to look to enter around 430 to 450 today and sell the next few days or weeks on to push to 550 or $6. And then, yeah, talks a little bit about it, and then here's just the blurb at the end of the email. So this was on January 9th, 2019, so quite a while ago. Probably want to do something a bit more recent than that. Let's just go up to like here somewhere. Should we do Riot? Let's see what day that was. Let's see. Alright, let's do this one. So January 29th, 2021. Let's see. So new buy alert on IPOE chart, strategy to look to enter on 25ish and exit 25, at 30 plus next week. So let's just pull up the chart. So IPOE stock, nothing's coming up. Let's see. Yeah, normally I just can't be bothered opening my broker at the moment, so just checking to see if we can just get the Google thing to pop up. Let's see, maybe it's changed its name or something. Yeah, bad example. Let's go back. Just pick another one, maybe even closer to where we are, like so that we can actually see what it did. How about this one, March 11th, KODK. Alright, here we go. Alright, so let's do year to date. And let's see what you had to say. So, March 11th, strategy is look to enter 950-ish and exit as the MFT buzz reaches fever pitch. Well, it's not quite reached fever pitch yet, I don't think, but this is December. So I like 13 to 15 a share for the target. Stock was at those levels briefly last year. Alright, so let's see what happened after March 11th. March 11th. Okay, so March 11th it did go down a lot. So it went from 970 down to 671. So that's a massive drop before it then spiked and went above, but not exactly a huge amount above, right? It went to 977 till 11 and it's gone down ever since. So you'd be lucky to make much money from that trade. Let's see what actually happened. If we can go back to oh yeah, right. So basically in the couple of weeks, like it's usually a couple of weeks swing trade, but I'm not seeing what he actually did. Okay, so let's just scroll up and see what happened if he gave an update on KODK. Here we go. Sell alert. KODK small gain March 15th. I'm not interested in holding this. Their earnings tomorrow, I think they may not be out until after closing. So you got rid of it before earnings, which is just as well because it really didn't do well after that. In fact, you can barely see it. It's such a small move here. So he didn't hold all the way down here. So that's good. So worked out well for him at least. So that's the kind of information you get. I can just find one more before I wrap this up. So here's another one. Let's see. So here's the update. I have a new buy alert on an oil driller today as oil prices start to rocket by CVE. So let's have a quick look at CVE on May 12th. CVE. Is this going to be another one that doesn't pop up and forcing me? There we go. Alright, so May 12th, let's do year to date. Alright, so back to the members area. May 12th by CVE strategy. Look to enter around 8 and exit 10 plus in the next 1 to 2 weeks. Alright, let's see what happened. May 12th is here. Yeah, so that would have worked. Boom, all the way up to here, $10. Let's see what he said. 10 plus. So you wouldn't have got much above 10, but that one worked quite well. So the thing is though, like I went through this earlier and I looked at all the different ones. There's no like overall total. So this is something that bugs me a lot with these services is there's no like actual like winning ratio or percentage or whatever. So you can go through each one of these and see if they worked or they didn't, but it's impossible to know if overall it's a winning strategy, which drives me nuts. Anyway, that's what you get in terms of the alerts. And you get to learn some of these strategies. The videos are kind of poor quality though, in my opinion. Although I'm probably not one to talk with these YouTube videos. I'd hope though that he's running a professional service here. He'd put more time into actually making high quality videos. They're not bad, they're just not that great. So then he has videos on hidden gems, fundamental tells. This message board thing is just sending you to Investors Hub. And here's some of the other things he has. Unusual option strategy. This will be a video on that. 20-minute video. Basically unusual option stuff. Some case studies. But what I found with the case studies is they're so outdated. Let's have a look. That's not a good example. So I guess the unusual... Let's see. I think it was a live trade thing. Yeah, live... Yeah, so the bonus is one of these is live trading day 1. And I clicked on it, I was like, alright, let's see what's going on. And it's from 2014, so like, I don't know, it's not really worth watching. Anyway, that's what you get with Microcap Millionaires. Is it bad? I wouldn't say so. Is it amazing? Definitely not. It seems like it's somewhere in the middle. It used to be cheaper. Now it's $97 a month. I'm pretty sure it used to be like 50 or something a month. But overall, I'm not overly impressed with Microcap Millionaires. Not something I'm going to be keeping my subscription for. It just isn't. It's just not consistent enough. It's just not something I'm like, I want to pay $100 a month for. But some people I know love this service and have been members for a long, long time, so who knows. Anyway, I hope that helps, and if you want to check it out, I'll leave a link in the description below that takes you to my overview article here, and you'll find links to join things there. Alright guys, till next time, cheers.